want to serve great coffee and have friends come in and have it be a really cool part of the world.
I do feel like a chemist sometimes because it is a really cool experience watching the hot water and the coffee beans interact and watching the bloom of a pour over and just getting that perfect consistency. You know you're making a good cup of coffee and working with good coffee when you start to notice these things, and it becomes a consistent thing when you're making drinks for people.
The idea is to be able to go to a place and drink a coffee that makes a difference, so that when they go someplace else, they go, wow, it doesn't taste like it does at Zoka. And that's kind of the whole point. If I stick to an equation, just like with a scientific study, you have to follow the formulas and you have to be the same every time to get the same results. So that's what we do. It works really well, and I've been doing it a long time.
But it's also the art of the roaster to get the beans at the right place or the right time and roast them correctly so they're not under or overdone. And that's really hard to get. And to have someone that knows how to do that, just like a great winemaker.
I think it's good for any coffee company to roast its own coffee because you have control over the product. Obviously receive green beans. Those green beans are then weighed out and then we put them in the roaster. So we do a light, medium, dark. After we're done roasting it, cool it down, bag it up, ship it out.
The way they make it is the way I like it. Hence the reason I grab 2 in the morning and sometimes 1 in the afternoon. And who's ever listening, don't judge me.
I'm not the one who should be taking credit for the good coffee. I think it's the farmer who should be getting most of the credit. It really, I think, kind of humbles you as a coffee roaster to see how much work and effort that they put into the coffee. I can only produce a good product with a good product.
The part I like most is going to the coffee farms. They're working just as hard, if not harder than we are. And their ideas of quality are just as high, if not higher than mine. They haven't lost their soul. They've got their family. They're working really hard on making spectacular coffee, and they're dedicating their life to it.
And if you want coffee with a story, then a single origin is generally the way to go.
As a barista, the origin of where your coffee comes from is important because you want to be able to sell it to your customer and you want to be able to give them as much detail as possible. So it's easy to sell something that you can get behind and that you care about.
There's a small window where you're going to get your very best, but it's really hard with our coffee to pull a bad shot, which I really love. It speaks highly about the roast, it speaks highly about the beans, and it kind of all goes back to the very basics of what Zoka stands for.
I feel like we provide more than coffee. For me, when I think about Zoka, I think about community. I think the ritual of Zoka is coming in by yourself or with your family and chatting with the barista and also having like this delicious beverage. And we become a part of people's lives.
Well, I'm too old, to be a bar hopper, and having a neighborhood coffee shop means a lot to me.
I'd say it's the family vibe that I appreciate at Zoka. It's really small community feel, but you know that everyone genuinely cares about each other, and that's important to me. There's a lot of integrity behind the people that work at Zoka.
It's really a relationship with your customers, with your business, with coffee itself. I want to be able to work and surround myself with people that are there for the coffee, that are there for the craft. Those people really belong behind the espresso machine,
A community gathering place after all these years. There's a familiarity to it that is very nice and a warmth. I'll stop by here with my family or with my children and hang out. They'll get hot chocolate, I'll get coffee.
Community is always built on somewhere where you're welcomed. And I feel like when you walk in through the doors, you feel welcomed. Coming in here to say hi to the baristas, grabbing my coffee, saying hello to whoever's in here that I know, That's part of my daily routine.
I really love coffee, I do, but I really enjoy making a person's day.
You can do a heart in their latte and you send it out to them. It's like a little cup of love on their day, which is really sweet.
I think there's something to be said about being small and local and condensed.
Because to be around for 25 years, that's a milestone. That's huge.
There are a lot of reasons why Zoka has been so successful over the last 25 years. I think a lot of it is because they put so much care into their coffee and their baristas, and the community knows that. They see it in their coffee every day.
The 25-year history, I think, is a testimony to fortitude of an owner who's had a vision and a commitment.
The secret sauce to Zoka would be Jeff Babcock. I really believe the way that he sees customer service and he sees the way that coffee tastes is what keeps people coming back. And being able to hire people who genuinely care about human beings and offer genuine customer service, I think that goes a long way, and that in return brings 25 years of business.
Zoka coffee is like a piece of life that's real, that's authentic, and has stayed that way for 25 years.
Zoka coffee, to me, is family.
Zoka coffee is love.
Zoka coffee is community.
Zoka coffee is the best espresso in the world.
I wanted to make great coffee better than everybody else because I wanted it to be the Porsche. You can have the Chevy, I'll do the Porsche, and Zoka will be that. And as long as I'm ticking and the head of this boat, that's what it's going to be.